Hi there, my name is Min Lee, founder and director of prepreneur.com. So I want to continue my series on making video worksheets at prepreneur.com. I've updated a bunch of grade 12 problems on trig functions. So this is anything starting from like radian values, angular velocity, relative acute angles, and graphing sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent graphs. And then a little bit of trig inverse functions, and then it moves on to trig equation problems, which are what I think the students find most challenging. So let me get to it, and hopefully you enjoyed the video and you try creating the worksheets yourself very soon. Okay, so the first step is always to log in, and if you haven't made an account yet, go to sign up. And if you're a teacher, of course, you go to sign up for our teacher account. Okay, and you just fill this out, create an account. You have to verify with your email, then you'll be in. So once you're in, you want to go to the tab of worksheets. Okay, so you may not see books and courses. That's for teachers that are actually using our system within school. This video is just to point out how to create useful worksheets for you to print and use with your students. So I have some pre-made worksheets here, but let's create a new one. And let's say we want to create a small worksheet of angular velocity. Okay, so I find a lot of students actually find angular velocity confusing. Okay, start adding questions. And angular velocity is one of the keywords now. Okay, so when you search it, do you see how all the tabs here disappear except for this one? If you open that up, you'll see angular velocity. Okay, and here are the questions. So you can sort them by difficulty. So let's say you want some just the medium ones, right? And the ones that says lecture are lecture videos, okay, to talk about angular velocity. So if you want to give them a lecture, they can just watch before trying out some questions. You can add that in, and all the other ones are questions. Okay, so you just add as many as you like. Okay. See this, there's just one page. And let's say you want to add some like radian questions. So you want to uncheck to clear this and type in radian to get some radian questions. Okay. So radian question and relative angles in radians. So that's a different topic, right? So click on radians. And we can select some questions in radians. Okay, great. There you go. We press save. Of course, it's one at the very top here. There's 10 questions. Okay, if you press this, it leads you to the printout, so you can print this out for your students. And if you click on this, you can share with your students the questions as well as the solution to all the questions that you selected. Hence the video worksheets. It turns at 12,000. Okay, so you can select share this with anywhere on your site. It's just that they have to log into prepreneur.com. They have to have an account to be able to view it. Okay, and that's it. If you wanted to add or subtract some questions, you press edit mode. You can take some questions out. Right, so if you don't like this question, you can take that one out, and you can add questions back in. Okay, so just type in radians again. Right, maybe you want this question, an easy question, maybe a hard question. There you go. Save, and there's your updated 11 question angular velocity. Okay, so I'm going to use some other keywords to create worksheet on trig functions. So trig functions. Okay, so trig functions I divide up into like sine, cosine, tangent, the individual functions. Right, so if you want a sine function, see sine function. Then only sine functions will show up here. Okay, of course, you can pick some of these questions. these are lectures. The ones that are highlighted in blue are lectures. So maybe sort the easy ones first, pick some easy ones, right? And then get some medium level ones. And then pick some hard questions. Okay. Of course, if you want cosine, you type cosine function, right? And you can get questions specific only to cosines. Okay, so there's medium level, easy level. All right, so let's just pick a few. Now I want, so uncheck everything here. Let's get some tangent function. There you go. Get some tangent problems, not as many. Okay. Uncheck. Let's get some reciprocal functions. Cosecant. There you go. Secant function. Okay. So I'll add all of these keywords in the blog post. And the last type is the cotangent graph. So let's get some cotangent graphs here. Select cotangent. Right. So there's sine and cosine showing up because I didn't uncheck my selection from before. So try that again. Only cotangent. There we go. Some cotangent. Not too many. Well, of course, we'll be adding more in, but there's some cotangent problems. And the final, maybe you want to add some trig equation question, or do you want to create a new one? But the keyword here is solve trig equations. So you can just type in solve trig. Click on that. We have quite a few selection for that. Right. So these are all solving trig equation questions. If you want some hard ones, we have quite a few selection for hard questions as well. So select some, and that's your worksheet. Okay. So it got added to the bottom here. 25 questions. So we'll make sure it always gets added to the top. Okay. Once again, if you press that, right, you can print it out. Okay, this is the printout of what you just created. Super easy, right? And this is after you've taken it up, or students have worked on it. You can release the solution anytime you want. Okay, great.